So yes, I'm Christine, and again, yes, thank you all for coming to support us. So I'm going to talk about Hand in Hand Parenting. It's a nonprofit organization, and it was founded in 1989, 22 years ago, by Patty Whitfler, and she is also the author of the Listening to Children's booklets, which are taught. It's the basic listening tools that are taught in her classes and seminars. So Hand in Hand Parenting, they offer resources, they offer training, and lots of support for parents. So their parenting approach is called Parenting by Connection. And Parenting by Connection is just kind of what it says, parenting by connection. It's the idea that children thrive when they feel connected with their parents, or with whoever is taking care of them throughout the day, right? And then so instead of parents using ways to control our children's behavior through yelling and timeouts, punishments, threats, to control their behavior, to get them to learn to get along with other people and other children, the Parenting by Connection approach is about using their listening tools. And so these listening tools will help your child offload the tensions that get in the way of them having good judgment about what works and what doesn't work in their day-to-day lives. So these tools, they all work together, and you can apply them to all different situations. And so once you start using these tools, your child will begin to feel closer and closer to you. There'll be a deep sense of safety and connection with your child. And then they're going to start showing you their upsets and their tensions and these hurt feelings that they have inside of them that are causing all of the misbehaviors that they get caught in. And so not only does Parenting by Connection support your children, but it's also really about supporting parents as well, because we need a place to offload. We need a place to connect with others, to talk about all the tensions that are wrapped up in parenting. You know, we don't get a chance to talk about how hard it is and just the day-to-day struggles and what comes up for us from our own childhoods when we're parents. So it's a really great extra tool that they have. And you know, over the 40 years that Patty developed and started using these listening tools, she has found that when young children are listened to well with these listening tools at a very young age, they grow into young adults and young children and young people that have really good sound judgment, that have a really close connection with their parents, and the close connection is through adolescence and into adulthood, which is such a beautiful thing. And so you can find all about this on handinhandparenting.org. They offer so many things. They offer classes, they offer seminars, they offer one-on-one consultations if you'd rather do that. They have podcasts that you can listen to. There's over 60 articles in Spanish and in English. There's an amazing blog. The blog you can read all about these first-hand experiences that parents have about using these listening tools and how they use them successfully with their children. And then there's an amazing online discussion group, a Yahoo discussion group, where you have first-hand access to Patty Whitfler herself. And she has an amazing, knowledgeable team of moderators. And so you have a problem with your children, you write in, it's like, "Dear Abby, help me, what can I do?" And you'll get either Patty, you'll get one of the moderators, or other people on the online discussion group that can help you, to support you so that you don't feel alone. And there are free newsletters. You can sign up. We have a sign-up sheet. You can put your email and you can receive a free weekly email. And then I'll close on one last thing. There is an amazing retreat coming up, July 26th, 27th, and 28th. And it's for parents. It's a parents-only retreat. And I have not been. I've been wanting to go so badly. But I heard it is just an experience not to be missed. It's up in the Redwoods, up in Santa Cruz, and it's at the Ben Lomond Quaker Center. And Patty Whitfler's there and her whole team, and you get to hear Patty talk, You get to learn a lot of new resources and tools, and you get lots of listening time, so you can go back to your family feeling refreshed and ready to go again. So, and now we're going to kind of move into our stories and how I came to Hand in Hand and why, and what my life looks like today using the tools. So I have a little boy, and he's almost 5. I'm holding on. There's still like less than 2 months, and then he'll be 5. So I'm holding on to every minute, as parents understand, right? So I came to Hand in Hand, and my husband, he travels. He travels about at least 80% of the year. So I feel like single mom. I feel like I'm single mom. I'm not really, but I feel like it. And so I came to Hand in Hand when my son was 3. We had just moved. He just started preschool. And again, my husband travels a bunch. So he already had separation issues, my little boy, because of dad traveling all the time. And then now add in the moving and the new preschool, and it was just a perfect storm for all of these hurts that he hadn't been able to express come out. And they came out in ways of hitting and kicking, and they were all aimed and directed at me. And it was so much to handle. I mean, at first I was just so taken back by it all, and you know, I did things that I knew how to do. I kept my body safe, I kept his body safe, and then I just talked. I kept trying to talk and reason with him and tell him that it's not okay to hit, and that's we can't do that. And then after, you know, a few weeks, a few months, I'm like, when is this kid gonna get it? When is he gonna understand? When developmentally is he gonna understand that it's not okay to hit me? And again, I was feeling really unsupported in life. My husband traveled a bunch. I just felt really alone. And I asked, you know, I went to certain places for resources on how to help, but I was getting so triggered. I was getting so triggered from my own childhood and what went on in my own family, that in that moment I understood why parents resorted to threatening and hitting and yelling and timeouts, because I was getting frayed. I was getting so frayed and burnt out as a mom, and I didn't know what my next move was going to be. I mean, I was really worried that I was going to repeat the same pattern that my parents did, that people I know did, and I really wanted to parent differently. I really wanted to be conscious and respectful and kind, but I just didn't know how to get through to my little boy. I didn't know what happened to my sweet little boy. So this mom at my son's school, I'd hang out with them, and her little boy, they just had this beautiful relationship. There was this like, he was so flexible and easy, and he listened to her. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I know. His personality just must be like a really easy, what sign is he? What sign is your little boy? And she had mentioned Hand in Hand, but it just kind of went in one ear and out the other. And then I'd go back to my life, and I was getting more and more worn down. I'd hang out with her and her little boy, and again I'd be like, what is going on? And then she mentioned something about an online class, and I just shut down right there. I was like, online class? Hi, come on in. I was like, online class? I barely have enough time to mother and parent how I'm parenting right now. We're just talking briefly about how we came to Hand in Hand. We just started a little bit ago. And it just shut me down. I heard online class and I thought, oh my God, more work? Like, how am I gonna do more work? And went back into my life again, and I just, next time I hung out with her, I said, oh my God, so tell me again, what is this class? What did you do? And she told me about Hand in Hand parenting. I went home immediately. I found the online class. It's the Building Emotional Understanding class. They call it the BEU. Hey Susan, come on in. And there weren't any classes that worked for my schedule, so I called the office, and do you know that they made a class for me? This is how accommodating and supportive Hand in Hand is. They actually made a class for me. And my journey began. And my relationship with my little boy started to change. Once that class was over, I continued the parent support group, and then I took the No More Hitting class, and then I loved it so much, and life was changing so dramatically for us. I had to have more. And then I did this teacher training because I wanted my relationship just to go deeper and deeper with my little boy. I didn't, life was going by so fast, he's growing up so fast, I didn't want to miss any opportunity to be the best parent I could be. So, and here I am today. And life is not without problems. I'm not up here to say, oh my God, we have a perfect relationship and everything is smooth. Like, I would be lying. Life is life. We come up against problems every day. There's a new little. It's just now I've got tools and I know how to handle it, and I know that I really need support. I really need to have my cup filled up in order to be a good parent, to be able to implement all these tools. So I just can't thank Patty Whipfler enough for starting and developing this and giving people a new way and a new start in parenting for our children. So that's my story, and then I'll turn it over to Susan. Thank you.